Hello and welcome to my video series. I'd love to start with a story. So in 2003, I gained admission into university at UCL. I always knew I wanted to be a doctor. I just loved the idea of sitting in a clinical session with a patient, talking through their problems and finding physical, tangible solutions. However, I did know that I would struggle with the lifestyle, working night shifts and having a career that meant that I was working under pressure most of the time. So after a really long conversation with the careers advisors at UCL, I was introduced to a new course that was starting that year, and it was audiology, and I thought, what on earth is this? I did my research and found out that it was absolutely perfect for me. It was based on physics, which is my favorite subject. It meant that I could, after 6 years, become a clinical doctor of audiology, have my own private practice, and basically work hours that were, best suited to me. Now, this was a no-brainer for me and I went for it. 17 years later, when people ask me what I do and I say I'm an audiologist, they say, what on earth is that? Now, this is pretty sad for me actually, because it just shows that, public awareness of audiology hasn't changed very much in the last 17 years. And this is why I'm here. I'm here because I want to be the face of audiology for you. Now, an audiologist is someone who diagnoses and treats hearing imbalance conditions. Hearing imbalance conditions can significantly affect your work performance, your relationships, and your general well-being. I'll give you 3 examples for this. One, with hearing. Many people with hearing loss don't actually know that they have a hearing loss because the truth is you don't really know what you don't hear. Some people who do know that they have a hearing loss avoid a lot of social situations. They avoid work conferences because they don't want to be stuck in a situation where they mishear what people say. And a lot of this can lead to depression, loneliness, and research has confirmed that there are strong links with untreated hearing loss and dementia. Second thing I wanted to bring up was hearing protection. If you are regularly exposed to really loud noise, whether that's from work or socially, where you go clubbing quite regularly, you could quite quickly end up with a permanent hearing loss. And this is an example of something that could be completely prevented if you had just got some earplugs, appropriate earplugs from an audiologist. Third thing I want to discuss is very dear to me, and it's dizziness. There are people who are living very limited lives with vertigo, with dizziness, with imbalance, where they try to get up in the morning and it feels like the room is spinning. They try to walk and they're off balance. They struggle significantly and end up confining themselves, understandably, to laying in bed or staying at home. It affects their ability to work, it affects their ability to socialize with family and friends. However, some very severe balance conditions can be resolved in an audiology clinic within minutes. So it's quite sad when we see patients who have lived years with certain conditions just because they didn't know where to get help. And this is the reason for these videos. It's really, some of it may not be for you specifically. It might be for a relative, it might be for a friend, or even an acquaintance. Just being able to have that information to pass on to someone that could significantly change their quality of life is priceless. And I hope to come back with more videos for you. Today's an introduction. Audiology really is it's widespread in terms of age range. It goes all the way from dealing with babies to elderly adults. If you have any questions or any concerns that you'd like to put forward, or any topics you'd like me to discuss in particular, please send me an email. Send it to elizabeth@jovonhearing.co.uk. That's elizabeth@jovonhearing.uk. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. So thank you very much for listening, and see you again soon.